But the Browns defense is, I would say, the strongest part of their team. And one big part of that is Maliek Collins. Before he got hurt, guys, he was cooking. He led, I believe, defensive tackles with sacks. He was just a revelation inside, and I thought he really helped Mason Graham out as well. You take a look at this, those statistics: 7 tackles for loss, 6.5 sacks, 13 quarterback hits. What is the expectation that you guys have for him? And do you think he can kind of pick up where he left off in his new defense?
He can. He's got to get healthy. It's a pretty major injury that he's coming off of, and he's 31 years old.
Was it bicep?
The quad.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
that's
I thought it was bicep.
You, the Browns do that, Zach. They'll say a lower body injury, and you're like, dude, can I just know? Like it ain't a HIPAA violation. Can we know if it's an ACL, a hamstring, but it's a quad?
Yeah.
Woo, quads
yeah,
are
but
tough.
listen, when he was good, that's when they were at their best. There's no doubt about it, because he's not only helping Mason Graham, but he's moving opposite Myles Garrett, and we know offensive game plans are built around where's 95. So you got a guy that's rushing like that inside. So we'll see. If you think the Browns are going to be elite, you think Collins gets back, and they have to replace Devin Bush, who had his best year last year too. It was awesome, and obviously the coordinator thing. But I thought it was a really good job by Jim Schwartz and Andrew Berry identifying Maliek Collins. He came in. He's a guy who's seen a lot in this league. He was no BS. He was all production, and they missed him at the end of the year. So this defense is going to be good. Is it going to be great? Is it going to be dominant? That probably has a lot to do with, how you see this thing turning out, especially if you expect the offense to at least need time. So Maliek Collins might need some time to get back to full speed, but there's no doubt that he's a good player and a key to probably differentiating good to great with this defense eventually.
I mean, you know this better than anybody. You played the position. So to be 31 and coming off an injury like that required surgery, right? Mm-hmm. So what are the odds? You tell me. What are the odds that he can get back to be? And I'll give Tyvis credit on this. Tyvis is the one that said this is a great signing.
He did.
We didn't really.
We was like,
it sort of flew under the radar with us. And Tyvis was like, no, Maliek Collins can play, and he was 100% right. But now I just wonder at his age and coming off this injury, you played that spot. You tell us.
Man, I think if you compare it to basketball, I think there's two guys I can think of, and correct me if I'm wrong. I think Victor Oladipo had a quad, and I think the Claw had one. I thought Kawhi Leonard had a quad injury as well, and I think the quad injury was the thing that, like, remember he was just out of the lineup for like 2 years and then kept being like, are you going to come back? He's like, no. To be that big and to have any issue with your quad is tough, because those muscles in your legs are the ones that fire. I mean, look how he's built. Those are the muscles that are going to take a lot to fire to get off the ball in the line of scrimmage and they just fire it out and be able to be explosive. And that's one of the things you looked at him. That's one of his best parts of his game, his power, his strength. And last year when I went to camp, I'm like, man, this guy is he's much more physically imposing than I thought.
Yeah. You were right on both names, G. Oladipo and Kawhi had quad injuries, two very different quad injuries. Oladipo ruptured a quad tendon and then ruptured it again, same one, 2 years later. The first was 2019. The second was 2021. He had never been the same player. Since then, Kawhi had what the Spurs called white quadriceps tendinopathy. I'm pretty sure I pronounced that correctly. I'm actually
that's
impressed.
do good,
I'm
man.
proud of myself, yeah. Which was not a rupture of the quad. It was, according to WebMD, the deterioration of a tendon that attaches the muscle to the kneecap, causing immense pain during running and jumping.
Yeah,
So slightly different than, because Collins tore his quad, correct, Zach?
Yeah, I don't know the exact extent. I mean, it was definitely immediately season-ending surgery required. It was early December, I believe. Yep. So you're looking at a training camp comeback for him. Look, he's very much in the plans. They have added some veteran defensive tackles, but I think it's mostly about the offseason and just in case. The core of this discussion is this Browns defense needs Malik Collins at his best. So it's certainly a storyline to track.
Let me ask you this. I thought it was last year. They have another guy that's kind of a forgotten name. I mean, he's a second-round pick, Mike Hall Jr.
Yeah, he's done nothing in 2 years.
Last year, he was coming back. I didn't expect him to do much just because when I saw him running in camp, I just noticeably looked and said, oh, yeah, he's not ready 100%. I noticed he had a noticeable little hitch in his gait a little bit. And I said, oh, he ain't there yet. I think this is his third year. He's coming off the injury. It's a year that he got back. And the thing about injuries is you're just trying to get the baseline when you come back from an injury like that, just being able to be on the field. That's not training, getting faster, stronger. What do you expect from Mike Hall Jr. in his, where has there any been noise or anything about him in coming, because he is a second round pick with a lot of upside, and they took him because he was a young guy coming out of state.
Yeah, he's so far off the radar. He's played 2 half seasons, right? The first season the suspension, and then last year with the injury coming out. And he probably didn't have great expectations for him coming off that injury, but now it's time, because you're either going to be in the plans or you're not. They kept Aiden Huntington last year. They were able to trade away Juwan Briggs because of Maliek Collins, and they brought in some veteran help this year. So Mike Hall is guaranteed nothing, and he's certainly not a starter on this team. Now, if they were right about their initial evaluation and how he would grow into the role as a 20-year-old, eventually play, then he can help them, and they can have arguably the best defensive tackle group. But we've seen nothing from Mike Hall to say, man, this is a player that they're counting on.
Yeah.
That whole draft, G, the most productive player has been Miles Hard in the 7th round, part-time corner. That's the Zach Zinter, Mike Hall draft. That'll kill you.
Ooh. That hurts your heart a little bit.
Yeah.
Come on, y'all better figure it out, man. Listen, you know who did figure it out, though? The Cavs did, man. Game 4, they figured it out, got to win. When we come back, we welcome in the YouTube chat, and we'll be back on the other side on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show.